My name is Gogi Sadhu. I am a cranial-sacral therapist, as well as a spiritual guide. You might be wondering what that all sort of entails. What it is it's a journey about healing the self. And the cranial-sacral therapy is the body work that I do most of the time with people. It works on a very deep level with your central nervous system, based on manipulating the cerebral spinal fluid within the body to help alleviate stress, to calm the whole system down so that your body has the ability to heal from within. I combine my shamanic training as well as my Shalom process group training and psychodramatic bodywork training, Gestalt psychology. All of those things are combined in order to bring about a holistic healing to the overall person. And sometimes it's about talking through what might be causing the illness. Sometimes it's about just being there to support the person that's here. So it just depends on what the person actually needs when they're actually here to do healing work. So if you're having an illness, that's one of the reasons that people come in. If you're not actually having an illness, but you're having a lot of emotional distress, having issues with your life in general, and really that you don't have a way of moving through it, you feel kind of stuck. And when we're stuck in that, what we tend to do normally is go into a depressive state, or continue down that sort of pathway. But what we do here is we look at some of the things that might be coming up for you, and figure out a different perspective, and within the perspective, it's geared towards learning how to be more loving towards yourself. And through learning how to be more loving towards the self, that illness feels better, your stuckness changes, life starts to feel happier. I've had people come in because of car accidents or back issues. So a lot of physical stuff like headaches or trigeminal myalgia, migraines, dental issues, eye issues, so digestive problems, feet issues, all those kinds of things. Learning disabilities. And then there's also people who come in that, like I said before, are searching for a different way of living. So they come in for spiritual guidance stuff, or learning how to be calmer, and getting more skills in stress relief. There's not a lot out there that we've been taught in order to move through things in a good way, And so when I say good way, it means that going through it so that everybody sort of feels better, and you're not left with feeling resentment towards the other person or the situation, or just feel like life is just out to get you. So we look at all those kinds of things and try to figure out a different support than what you might get in a traditional psychotherapy, because psychotherapy is geared towards talking. And here I try to use all of my different types of learning that I've had in order to come to a spiritual sort of understanding, which is a very different thing than a psychological understanding. It was actually started by an osteopathic surgeon. So it is through the medical field that it came in through. What it does do is use light palpitation in order to bring about healing. In traditional therapy, there isn't a lot of thought about hands-on healing to be actually anything that works. And so, which over and over again, you have to look at the results. Traditional therapy does seem to work on many levels, yet there's also a lot of side effects. Whereas with something like craniosacral therapy, you're not going to have side effects, but you're definitely going to be getting a healing that lasts for your whole life. It might not happen the first time you come in. There is a process to it, but once a particular thing has healed within you, it's not going to go back. So that's very different as well. And then with a lot of traditional stuff, you end up going on medication, and you're always on medication. For the rest of your life. That's a very hard thing to deal with, and and very, very difficult for your body to actually be able to deal with as well, because chemical drugs are really difficult for our biological system to process and actually use. So that's part of the reason that side effects happen. Traditional medicine is extremely expensive in comparison to, you come here and you have a bunch of treatments and then you feel better. The whole point of this therapy is that you become in charge of yourself. It's kind of like you get to learn how to help your body and to not feel so helpless when illnesses come up, So, I'm not the big, I know everything and you are the patient. That's not how this particular type of therapy works. It works by learning about yourself and then you choosing how to heal you, right? So my role in this is really to support you where you are.